Hey guys, and welcome back to Gravy's Brewery with me, Gareth Goes Gravy. Alright guys, as you can see from the title below, this is going to be a very quick, with a bit of luck, grain to glass video for a beer that I must admit I have brewed before. Another one from the Crafty Brews range. The Saison. Now, as I mentioned, I have brewed this up once before, either earlier this year or maybe around about this time last year, I don't exactly remember. And I must admit it was a very nice beer. I didn't exactly think intentionally to bring it as a grain to glass, but as that is what I'm doing these days, I just had the kit lying around, or the pack, excuse me, so I thought I'd do it. As you can probably hear to my left here, I've got my strike water warming up. And at the moment, when my thermometer plays ball, temperatures are around about 51 degrees Celsius, 51 and a half. So I'm not going to go into too much detail with this. I just want to show you the very quick brewing of this. I want to give this another 5-10 minutes to come to around about 65-70 degrees so that I can mash in. So once I've done that, once I've mashed in, I'll come back very quickly, show you what we're doing, give you a little update on the temperatures from there, and we'll go on from there. Alright guys, well that's the mash on. Sorry for the angle, but when I'm using a tripod, this is as best as it's going to be. As you can see, just to make sure that the heat stays more or less in the mash tun, I like to just cover the top with a couple of tea towels just to keep the heat in, as I mentioned. And the mash temperature might have dropped a little bit in the few minutes since preparing this part of the video. 65.3 degrees Celsius. Very happy with that. So it's nearly 4 PM as I record this. I'll see you in an hour for the next bit, which will be the boil. The 2 op additions, there are only just 2 op additions in this brew, and for this part I will bring you the pitching temperature. If I can work out potential gravity, I'll bring you that as well. It'll all be sorted very shortly. So once again, got the mash on. See you very shortly. Hey guys, we're back. Little bit out of sync from what I was hoping to do. I had a couple of things just get in the way of the little brew day. I did film a little bit of footage of me adding the first pack of hops at the start of the boil. I don't know if I'll include that footage. You'll probably have seen it during the course of this video anyway, if I have or not. Anyway, it's now time to put the wort into the fermenter, pitch the yeast, get a temperature and a starting gravity. So what I'm going to do right now. Right. I probably should have actually done this off camera, but never mind. So I have ended up with around about 3.8 litres, more or less a gallon of wort. Looking around about 24 degrees. The yeast I'm using, I should stress, is, and this is the first for me brewing in my brewing. I'm using a Mangrove Jack's French Saison yeast, M29. Again, first time for me using this particular yeast, and I know a lot of you guys out there, I know a lot of you use Mangrove Jacks, and I know a lot of you do say a lot of good, so I'm hoping that this actually comes out or makes this particular beer a particularly nice one. Anyway, as always, I've got my tilt hydrometer. Pop that in the fermenter. No, I don't need to turn the Bluetooth on. Put my teeth in. Starting gravity of 1050 at 23.3 degrees Celsius. I'll just show you that for reference for the end of the video. Anyway, there's that. I'm actually quite pleased with that. I was actually thinking that this might end up a little bit lower, but 1050 again, very pleased with that. So I think that is now time for me to pitch the yeast. And as always, for me, I just sprinkle the yeast on top. I don't stir it in. Just sprinkle the yeast fairly evenly on top. Take the lid. Just pop it on. I'll leave it here on the counter for now, just while I wrap this bit of the video up. As I said, guys, I do apologise for being a little bit all over the place with this particular grain to glass video. Of course, the next bit you're going to see will be the glass part of this particular video. Again, hope you've enjoyed this part so far. So all that's left for me to say is I'll see you very soon for the final part. Hey guys, we're back with the final part of this grain to glass of the Crafty Brew Saison. And very quickly, here is the final product. Nice little white head, a little bit smaller than what it was before I poured, but I had to make sure that this was the beer. Anyway, it's a little bit darker on camera than what I can see, but I'm looking at a light amber, dark gold, very nice beer. A little bit cloudier than what I was hoping, but them's the breaks. And I don't know while you can see it, but I can see a very powerful stream of bubbles making its way up the glass. Anyway, before I give you the smell and taste notes, I'm going to tell you about the specifics. Now these will be down in the description, and I must stress that these won't be what you might hit if you brew this. And as always, link to the website where I purchased this, I think I mentioned it at the beginning, will be down there in the description as well, so if you wish to purchase it, you can do. Anyway, my starting gravity and temperature was 1.050 at 23.3 degrees Celsius. My final specific gravity and temperature was 1000. First time I've actually hit 1000 with a beer that I've brewed, and that was 16.7 degrees Celsius for an overall ABV of 6.8% ABV. Now I must stress that I have actually had this once before, I think about a week or so ago, just to see how the taste and the flavour was getting on, and I must admit back at that point it was nice, so I'm actually quite looking forward to trying it very shortly. I think that's really all I can say about the technical specifics. I think, did I just mention it? ABV 6.8%. I'm actually quite pleased with that. I wasn't expecting the gravities to hit what they did, but again, very pleased. Anyway, just give you one last look at the beer. Let's get it on the glass. Let's give it a nose. Let's see what we get. And for this style of beer, for those of you in the know, it's very wheaty, very malt forward. A little bit of spiciness. Not much in the way of hops. There's a little bit of a pepperiness there as well. Smells very nice. Now I think I'll go in for a taste first before I finish off some other details. Anyway, I'm sure you want to know what it tastes like, so let's dive in. Cheers. Oh, oh, I am pleased with that. Oh, that is nice. On the flavour again. On the flavour, this just tastes like a lot of the German Weiss beers that I have drank in the past. Not that that's a bad thing, that's actually a very good thing. It keeps in with the style. Again, very malt forward, wheat, biscuit flavours, A little bit of that spiciness there again. Not so much of the pepperiness. I think that was more in the aroma than the flavour. It's not harsh at all. There's not a lot of bitter in there. Again, can't really taste much in the hops or in the way of hops. It's just a very nice, very smooth beer, and at 6.8%, I'm going to take my time with that. I'm not going to be drinking that in one go. Anyway, before I wrap up, a couple of other details that I forgot to mention a second ago. Overall, from grain to glass, this particular beer took about, all in all, about 3 weeks to brew. Trying to find my stuff here on Facebook. You'll have to forgive me. Again, everything will be down there in the description. But yeah, I started this on the 5th of November. I bottled on the 11th, so 11th, 12th, so about after a week, 10 days. And today, the 24th of November, again a further 12, 13 days, 2 weeks in the bottle. It's very nice, and I think this is definitely one I'm going to be brewing again. In fact, I know it will be, probably for next spring, summer. Very nice. As I used to say, for final verdict, buy it and brew it. Buy the kit, brew it up, see how you like it. And as I said at the top of this part of the video, and I think I said it earlier as well, link to where I purchased this particular pack will be down in the description. And again, for those of you that like the technical side, everything else will be down there as well. Alright guys, well, as usual with the grain to glass videos, my apologies if this was just a tiny bit too long. I know I did skip 1 or 2 parts, but you know what those were. You'll know what those were when it comes to seeing this video all in one. And again, my apologies for this part being a bit too long. Kind of wanted to just tell you everything. So, as usual guys, if you have any general comments, questions or queries about the beer or my brewing technique in particular, just drop your comments down there in the comments. We'll get some discussion going. And for those of you that have brewed a Saison before, or anything similar to this particular kit or this particular pack, and you agree or disagree with anything I've said in the course of this video, and once again, if you have any comments towards my brewing technique, want to give me a few hints and tips, as always, drop your comments down there and we'll talk. Hey guys, well that's all I've got for you for now. So until next time from Gravy's Brewery, this has been Gareth Goes Gravy. I'll see you later. Cheers.